welcome to Pick Central. We got a lot to talk about today.
One of the biggest sports weekend we've had in like a year, probably.
Meek Phil did his hair today.
Yeah, big day, big, huge Mets day.
Show his hair real fast, Dukes. Meek did his hair. He blow dried it. Unbelievable.
Stylist.
The show today is brought to you by DraftKings. Tutty, taking it to the house, in for 6, whatever you call it, touching. You still in?
Oh, yeah, I'm in. James
I'm
Conner
out
yesterday, baby.
Attaboy. Good for you. Eva's still in for a $50,000 bonus bet for the Barstool surviving touchdown competition. I am officially out because, what's his name? Fucking Breece Hall got stuffed on the 1 for 3 times. But whatever you call a touchdown, one thing's for sure, touchdowns matter for more at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL. On the ground, in the air, from the special teams or defense, we don't care how they score them. We want to bet on touchdowns, and DraftKings Sportsbook is delivering. Nate won last week again.
Yeah.
So he's
wrong with Tyreek Hill tonight to score.
Okay.
So if Tyreek Hill scores a touchdown, Nate walks on with 1,800.
Wow, that's beautiful. Ready to place your first bet? Try betting on something simple like picking a player to score a touchdown or how many TDs will be in a game. Go to DraftKings Sportsbook app and make your pick. Ready to do a touchdown dance? Your own new DraftKings customers bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Score big with DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 place to bet touchdowns. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code PICKCENTRAL. That's code PICKCENTRAL for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. Listen, we just sat down and all I hear is boom. It's the Costco. I felt like I was like living in a dream, just like the Costco guys are in my fucking ear. But hey, they're here. Shout out to them. They're I think, do they have an entourage?
Yeah, I think that's got to be their crew, yeah. They got their own camera guys. They got like multiple. I don't know if it's just one's a sister or one's like a handler or I don't know.
Well, that's the mom.
Both or mom. Okay,
that's the mom and a sister
okay,
on the couch.
All right, so just family. They're not. They got a camera guy and maybe one more guy.
You think it's a like who gives a fuck about school problem at this point?
I mean, when money. I mean,
yeah, no,
school don't pay the bills.
Don't matter. Yeah, it's true.
Not yet, at least.
It's true.
Not when you're in like middle school.
But hey, we have a right, Dukes.
Yeah, we'll talk after. Me and me got in a debate about that.
I'd love to hear it.
When does school matter most?
When does it matter most?
Like what years of like skipping being like in and out of school? Is it like middle school, elementary school, high school?
What was your answer?
I thought
I said the older you get, the less it matters.
And I thought
Yes.
the opposite. I thought high school.
I think that like
mattered
when
more
you're like
than
5
elementary
to
school.
like middle school, that matters the most.
Yeah, I think it teaches you more
Social.
discipline and social.
Yeah.
Like when you're in high school, you're not really changing your social much.
True.
I think college matters not about class, just about like
Even if you're bare bone dumb in high school, like at least in middle school, you need to know like multiplications and stuff.
yeah.
I got
you don't
bullied
need
in
another
elementary
trick.
school and had to switch schools, so maybe it's just different for me, I guess.
Look, maybe the bullying was worth it if the Mets get a W today.
I don't even
Maybe.
understand. I'm gonna be honest, Meek, and I'm sorry that happened to you, but I don't understand how like bullying happens that much in elementary school. Like bullying, it probably does happen. It didn't happen in my friend group. Maybe I was the bully.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, he's just like. Anyways, the Mets.
Poor Meek. Listen, we have a lot. We have the Mets to talk about today. We have the Knicks to talk about today. We have the entire NFL slate. We have college football. We'll probably do college football tomorrow.
I think we got to at least just do.
No, we'll talk. We have to talk about Bama,
Just
Georgia.
Bama, Georgia. We can do college tomorrow.
Let's get through the quick Meek. We'll just get through your about the Mets. Do you have a 25% chance that you think in your head that they're going to win?
I'm very nervous.
You win one game.
So the thing is with the game one, we faced Schwellenbach. Schwellenbach, 2 starts versus us this year, 15 innings, 1 run, 5 hits. We haven't touched him. I don't know what it is. We can't hit him.
It's at Braves too, correct?
It's both games in Atlanta. We never win in Atlanta. The one thing I could probably like tip my hat on, we've won 5 straight Tyler McGill starts somehow. Can we win a 6th?
So I think I want the Mets to make the playoffs. I do. I want to see you guys burn, and I want to see some tears on streams, or maybe they get hot.
If
It'd be
we
fun.
win today, I will cry. You will see me cry if we win today. You may see me cry
You
if we
would
lose.
cry over getting into the playoffs? Are you kidding me?
This team, I thought
That's embarrassing.
You don't understand. I thought this
He
team.
did the same thing, Meek.
I thought this team was dead.
not good.
I know.
All right.
I thought this team was dead in May. They revived themselves over the summer. They gave me so many great memories. I want to be able to I want to be able to remember them in a good light. I don't want to end on a sour note in Atlanta
tell
like
you
it did in
something, man.
2022.
It would
That's
be
so sad.
and it would be really, really a bummer if they did all this at this magical season, and then on the last day of the playoffs, last day of the regular season, went 0-2 and just didn't make the playoffs at all.
And the funny thing is, there's supposed to be no games today.
Yeah.
It's just in Mets fashion. It gets rained out against a team that they're fighting to get into the playoffs against. And you will cry
Yeah.
you make the wild card.
You don't get it, Marty.
No, I get it. We want a
You make the
division. I
playoffs
want
every year.
Nothing to do with it. I want nothing to do. I want the World Series and nothing. No, listen. I want you to cry. Frank will be mad if you win.
Yeah.
So if you win one,
Frank will be mad either way. Today he's going to be mad if they win. He's going to be mad if they
but
lose.
what I said to Meek, I was like, if you lose the first game, the Braves are in. Aren't they going to throw out that dog shit lineup?
But that's the thing that would scare me even more. It's like, oh, the Braves have nothing to play for. Is Eli White going to have 2 home runs off Luis Severino, and that's going to end our
No,
season?
that
scares
the
me.
point I was going to make. That's what would make it really funny.
Oh my
That if they lost the
god!
first one and the second one, the Braves tried out this lineup where they're not even trying, and then the Mets are literally fighting for their lives. Well, the Braves are just humming along already in the playoffs. It would just be, listen, it would be a damn shame. That's all I would say. It'd be really, really unfortunate.
It would be really, really sad if you didn't make it. But
Let me just say this.
this is the most normal I've
Are
ever
you guys,
heard
actually,
him
let me
talk.
ask this for the people. Are you guys streaming the 1 o'clock game?
Yes, we're both.
All right, so we'll be live at 1. I'll hop on the stream.
I want.
Probably the second we won't if they win the first.
Yeah.
So we'll probably do
Fair,
3
fair.
games.
Yeah, makes sense.
So we're gonna do 3 games today.
I just want to be able to
both
win.
Mets games.
Yeah, you're doing every and the Devils.
I want to be able to
Devils
win
preseason.
today.
Jack Hughes torn ACL.
Don't even say that.
No.
Sorry, that was fucked up.
No.
The moment got away from you. It's all right.
yeah.
I want to be able to win today. Go home, hug my mom, and say we did it. We made the playoffs for the 4th time in our lives together.
We did
Because
Frank
I
has,
don't have many memories of celebrating my mom, and she's only getting older. I want to be able to
What the
celebrate.
fuck is going on?
I'm
bro?
sorry for being emotional.
God bless your
it
mother.
means
Nothing-
so much to
nothing doing
me.
your
Yeah.
mother.
The
God
Mets-
bless your mother.
Yeah.
The Mets
Also,
mean
I
a
mean, you
lot.
guys, listen. The Mets are an atrocity. You went to the World Series in the last decade. It's not like they've. The Mets are the Mets. I get it, but you've had brighter.
You are acting like
you've had brighter moments in recent memory.
Yeah.
Can I say something? I've
you
done.
made the
baseball rings.
playoffs 2 years ago.
It didn't feel like it did this time.
I know they kind of back
Because
not backdoored. They were bad down the stretch before they made the playoffs. 2
Because
years
the
ago.
way that they ended in Atlanta that year, it didn't feel like we made it, which
Every-
sucks because that team is so good.
You Mets
you guys
fans
have
were
won a
so
pennant.
down. You Mets
20
fans were
what
so
was it,
down
15,
going
16?
into the year, though, right?
Yeah, dude. They said
Dude,
the
I think
owner said this year doesn't matter.
They also
I don't get it.
They hated Mendoza too.
yeah, we were
Hated them.
we were
They
24
hated
and
everybody.
35. We were 11 games under.
Hey, before they even went. I'm sorry, when they hired him.
They hated everybody.
Well, that's just a Clemmer thing. I was fine with the Mendoza hire. Clemmer just thought Craig Counsell was the greatest manager ever.
Tank also hated it too, but he hates it.
Well, they could have hired Joe Torre.
he
and
hated
Frank would have hated
everyone,
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Mets are just sad sacks of shit. They shit on their team all the time, and then now Beek's gonna go home and hug his mother and cry.
I want a good memory.
You went to
I'll
the
tell you.
World
I'll
Series.
tell you
That's a
what,
good
Meek.
memory.
When,
World Series is a
I went to a
great
World
memory.
Series game we lost. It's a bad memory.
It's-
Meek, I'll tell you what. Win, lose, or draw. Go home, hug your mother today.
yeah.
Win, lose, or draw. Go hug your mom. God bless.
Everyone gets
God
older
bless-
every
God bless
day.
Mrs.
Don't
I
not
know.
just your mom.
God bless Mrs. Phil.
Mrs.
No
Phil
joke.
is
God
so
bless
funny.
Mrs. Phil.
Yeah.
She probably look
be
at
a saint.
look at that in the back, and
must be
she's
an
got a she's.
She probably wants to win so bad so Meek doesn't come home and
Yes.
oh my God.
and
I think
break
I
everything.
think she's nervous. I'm not gonna say it
Who's-
on DK airs, but you get what I'm saying. She's
We
nervous.
got you, we
She's
got you,
nervous.
we got you.
Yeah, nervous for your mental
She's
health.
nervous about me.
This is nothing.
Yes, got
About
it.
your mental health.
Yeah.
Yes, keep some items away from you. All right, that's Mets
get into
talk.
football.
That's Mets talk, which is I didn't see Meek getting into. That was more I've most ever seen Meek be a normal human being, and it was sad. But
Can we
let's
get
go.
Frank on at one point to hype up the stream at some point? Maybe at the end.
Yeah, at the
Give
end.
me a little- give me a
At
little
the end.
Frank.
Once we get through our topics, we can have him just.
Let's get him on like when we're doing like picks.
Yeah.
I think. How about we have him on, and me and Ev.
Like lead into the stream.
No, me and Ev get up, and just see how long he stays by himself talking.
Yeah.
Because he might just keep going.
Let him go though,
No, I'm gonna let him go, but I'll get up.
and then like
just,
after 2 minutes, go.
Yeah. Quickly, Bama, Georgia. If an alien comes down and has no idea what college football is, I'm showing him that game. That game was unbelievable. Of the ups and the downs and how stupid kids are playing football, but also how fucking good they are at football. It had everything in one.
It was one of the greatest games I've watched in recent memory. I was back at my parents' house. My dad went to bed and just like didn't watch like basically the second half. He wakes up. He could not believe when I told him, I was like, Georgia had the lead.
Yeah.
He was like, what? I was like, they had the fucking lead for about 12 seconds.
With
3
minutes left.
The sequence of the big deep ball back touchdown to then immediately the Ryan Williams touchdown, which that was one of the Ryan Williams is unbelievable. That was one of the craziest sequences and then Georgia driving all the way down, getting like in territory, and then just that pick in the end zone was brutal. I just thought he forced that one. He had some really tough throws in the first half, and really I thought played really, really well in the second.
Well, your
half.
tweet was funny. It's like I do not want Carson Beck as a future New York Giants. And then like third quarter happens. I reconsidered. I would have him as my quarterback.
I may be back in. Yeah, the situation's fluid. But that truly is like one of the craziest games I've ever seen. I mean, the way Bama came out and just punched him in the fucking mouth, I was like, holy shit.
They had anything they wanted.
I was trolling. I tweeted and I was trolling saying it, but at half I was like half trolling, half serious. I was like, when I'm watching that first like 3 drives where they just go touchdown, touchdown, then like interception, like short field, but touchdown, I'm like, is Nick Saban holding back this offense? I'm like, look at this fucking team. And DeBoer is an unbelievable coach.
What DeBoer did yesterday, though,
won immediately every single place
there you go.
He's won.
Everywhere.
Year one, he wins everywhere.
What DeBoer did yesterday was let everyone forget about Nick Saban for a second. Like, we're in good hands, basically. Like, obviously, Nick Saban is the best coach that will probably ever happen
100%.
in college football. But it's more of like, how hard is it? It's hard to take the reins from somebody that's that good. That's how you do it. You win your first game at home against Georgia. And this is, I'm sorry, this is so fucking
we got a scene outside for, they're looking about, I think we're going to do a big boom, I imagine, what's going on outside these doors.
Can you put the camera over there or no? It's all right if you can't. It's fucking crazy what's happening here.
There's just chaos. There's
Barstool's biggest boom.
It's going to be maybe the biggest boom of all time.
There's no no good angle.
Yeah.
So we just got, there's so much.
Listen, it might be 50 people screaming about.
You can't tell, but
Yeah.
to the left of that shot, there's like 50 people standing there.
I was on Alabama Saturday, and that gets a boom.
We might have to have the boom guys on here.
Georgia was a big doom. Georgia.
But yeah, no, I was on Bama, and it was. I'm a Jalen Milroe guy.
He looked really good.
He's got something about him. Even after the game, it was fucking awesome. The way he's going. Jackson, you looking at me?
Jack's point man.
Jack's just point man in it.
Do you think Alabama won the weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Did Alabama win the weekend, or did Kalen DeBoer win the weekend?
DeBoer won the
Hand
weekend.
in hand. Those go hand in hand, no?
There's two things I wanted to bring up college football wise before we get, because we have some time. Alabama was amazing. That game was fucking incredible. That 17-year-old kid with
Ryan Williams.
Probably shouldn't have done the Michael Vick thing. Was that real?
Yeah, he did.
That was probably not great.
No, Photoshop.
Oh, was it? I thought it was.
What?
Real. Like,
It was Photoshop. Community notes.
I had multiple people telling me that was real.
That's why I don't say things until I ask things, because I really don't know. But regardless, it's so distracting.
so funny.
So funny. They're like looking at us like we're the idiots that like we're on live. Oh my god!
Hold on, everyone.
Let's see if we can hear it.
I bet the mics can pick it up. It's coming. We got a whirlwind incoming.
They're getting in. Let me tell you, fucking.
Open the door.
Huh?
Can someone open the door?
Ready for this? This is great Bama, Georgia talk. It's coming. It's coming. We're about to pick this up on the mics. This is going to be the biggest boom you ever heard in your life.
Why do we give Alabama a chicken man?
Chicken. Oh, man. Boom, baby.
What's going on, man? How we doing?
Boom.
Boom. He said, I know that guy, and goes, boom.
This is unbelievable.
I gotta fuck. I'm sorry for the viewers.
Yeah, I feel like this is
It's not a great show, but listen,
this is unreal.
we're live on a show right now, and I got the biggest Barstool boom going on right now.
Here we go. It's coming.
We're here at Barstool Sports, and we're here at Barstool Sports New York to bring the biggest boom in Barstool Sports history. Justice, I want you to do the honors. On the count of three. Wait, I messed up.
Oh no! No!
Back messed up.
Kick him out! Kick him out! All right, Alabama, Georgia.
Yeah.
Okay, can you just close the door now? Alabama, Georgia was great, but I had a question. I have a great bet that I just took.
Okay.
It's, I think, like 72.
This is one of the most distracting things I've ever been a part of.
This is unbelievable.
This is truly, I can't focus.
I apologize to everyone watching.
I do too.
It's about to be over in like 2
Jack
seconds.
fucked it up again.
If Jack could just get it, I mean, 1 take Drake, 9 take Jack.
Well, listen to my bet. 72 to 1.
Okay.
I believe it's 72 to 1. Pitt undefeated.
I have to see that. Let me look at their schedule.
I bet UConn, by the way, over 4.5 wins. Biggest win total before the season. Looks like it's going to cash.
Well, they're at 3, right?
They're favored in every other game.
But yeah, I oh my
There's the boom.
God. What the fuck? Well, it's just all our production people, too, in the background.
What a boom. There we go. There we have it. World's biggest boom.
World's biggest boom. I think he's coming in, baby. I think he wants to come in.
No.
No, I know. But listen, Pitt, right? We got Pitt. 72 to 1.
I'm looking at their schedule right now.
It's not that crazy.
For them to go undefeated, I think would be pretty crazy.
Okay, listen.
There's 2 games that
North Carolina.
There's 2 games I'm looking at that they will 100% like unequivocally be underdogs,
Clemson.
and maybe 3.
Maybe not Clemson.
Clemson, they will 1,000% be underdogs. Louisville, they'll be underdogs.
And that's it.
Boston College, they could be. If it's Castellanos, which he was just like he had something like not season ending, he'll be like fine. SMU, I bet the spread will be close.
This guy paid me $1, said this is miserable. Let's get going.
That's fair. Honestly, that's totally.
No, listen, there was a lot going
We all
on.
knew it sucked.
There was so
Yeah,
much.
well,
there was so
listen,
much
we can
happening.
tell you when it sucks, but I think the Pitt 72 to 1's not a crazy thing where it's like they've won 2 hard games already. The ACC is not that
ACC
crazy.
stinks.
Yeah, like,
In my opinion, there's 2 good teams. There's Miami and there's Clemson. There's only 2 like really good teams.
and they had Pitt, they have Clemson at home, and they have Louisville on the
Louisville's,
road.
like okay, and Pitt's okay.
Because Notre Dame, also, I think Notre Dame winning this weekend too is also setting them up pretty good because USC is their hardest game next, and USC
No,
is,
USC's probably going to get in, or excuse me,
Notre Dame's going to get in.
they're probably going to get in the playoff because if they run the table, I said I thought the Northern Illinois loss should keep them out. I still stand by that, but I think they should keep them out, but it won't because they're a Notre Dame brand. If they go undefeated, if they run the table the rest of the way,
Yeah.
11-1, they're not going to. They'll still throw them in there as like the 10 or 11 or something.
100%. I want to play a game now. We'll go to NFL. We're going to do full college tomorrow, but I want to play a little game with you, Ev. So we're going to do a fraud or not fraud of the NFL.
Okay, teams.
Yep, teams. And these teams are first-place teams.
But let me, before we do the game, fraud, is it like championship fraud, like playoff fraud? Like, what's the level? Like, what's the fraud level?
You can say it.
I think there's layers.
I think you just do playoff fraud and Super Bowl fraud.
Okay, all right.
Because it's week 4. I understand it's not Super Bowl really fraud, but playoff fraud is a real thing now.
Yeah, for sure, 100%.
The Seattle Seahawks. I know they're playing tonight, but they're 3-0.
Yeah, I think they could be a playoff team.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah, playoff team. Probably win the division.
Minnesota Vikings.
Legit. Like,
I think
legit.
I think they have to.
Like legit NFC contender.
Super Bowl.
Like, has a chance to go. Yeah. Like, I think legit NFC contender. Like, I think they're one of the best two or three teams in the NFC.
The Washington Commanders. This team
playoff. Not like playoff team, like legit playoff team would not shock me at all if they won the NFC East.
Really?
Because I think the Eagles look like shit.
It wouldn't shock you
if they won the NFC East right now. No, because I think the Eagles look like dog shit. I think the Cowboys, even they beat us, they look like dog shit. I don't.
I think I'm gonna be honest. I think it would shock me.
The more I watch the Eagles and listen, maybe let's see them with AJ Brown back and see how it goes. The more I see the Eagles, the less and less I like them. The more I see Hurts, the less and less I like him. And the Cowboys, now that I've seen their defense a little bit, I don't love the Cowboys.
Stat on the Eagles: they are 3-10 in the last 13 games.
Yeah,
That's not a small sample.
Yeah, not at all. No, the more I see them, this version of them, the less I like it.
But that's the thing.
Like I'm almost ready to say the Commanders might just be like the best team in the NFC East.
The Eagles are this, right? I think Jalen Hurts is struggling. I also think AJ Brown and Devonta Smith were out yesterday, right? But their first 10 plays, this season, there's one thing working every single game for the Eagles. What is it?
Yeah, run the football.
It's Saquon Barkley. It's working. Fucking do it. Especially when your 2 wide receivers are out. His response, he's such a smug prick. Sirianni, he's such a smug prick. The way he answers these questions, it's like some reporter asks him, like, why did Saquon have two carries in the first 3 drives? He's like, well, we only had 9 plays. And they're like, yeah, why do you have...
That's 2 out of 9.
He goes, why? They're like, why didn't he have more carries? Like, that's what kept you in that game at any point. They really were never in it, honestly. But, like, you just see some packages. Like, I truly think that what are you laughing at?
He's talking to himself back here.
No, I just said fuck under my breath, just thinking of the Mets. Sorry. I'm rattled, Marty.
Mets.
Oh, it's okay.
Meek's got to fight for his life.
That's okay.
What you saw was like...
I was like, I couldn't have said anything that wrong about Saquon.
No, you're absolutely right. I didn't realize Deuce's mic was
Meek's
hot.
about 40 minutes out from legitimately going to war.
Yeah. No, listen, I just think, again, I truly think that Sirianni tries to outsmart himself. He tries to be like the Chiefs. He tries to do all this shit. And they're just a shit team right now. Their defense got pumped by Baker Mayfield. And Tom Brady's jealous of Baker Mayfield. That was fucking what a clip. Also, during that game, the Bears were going after Tom Brady and offered $20 million.
Yeah, they wait. Was that what it was?
Yeah,
I thought they were talking about when he was about to sign with the Bucks.
During his free agency,
he almost chose the Bears, but chose the Bucks instead. But he said he was like. But basically, that the Bears thing, like, no one really knew about it, like, in the public.
Yeah, but he wrote down what they were offered him, and the Bucks, I think, offered what, 36. All right.
I don't know.
I don't know what it is.
I think the Bucks offered him like 36, and I think that the Bears offered him 20. Like, he wrote down like what he wrote.
It was that much less?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean,
there was a picture of like what he wrote.
I don't think he was ever seriously considering Chicago. I just think he wanted to twist the knife a bit more.
No, I think you were considering it if it was just them two.
It depends, like, what your definition of considering is. Is it like
Tom Brady bringing it up on the air?
Yeah, writing it down on a piece of paper between 2 teams.
I think he did it for every team.
I thought it was more like twisting a knife. I don't think there was ever like a true chance. He's like, I'm going to go to Chicago.
He did it for every single team. He just said that the Bears were still like a
Okay.
low-key team.
I have my own opinion on it.
This is legitimately insane. Tom Brady talked about it on
I
the
have my own. Just because you say something doesn't mean it's true.
Dude, what does he have? What does he have to go? What does he have to do? Like, why does he have to go after Bears fans and like twist the knife? What does he have against?
He has
Saints
nothing
guys?
against
Well,
Bears.
because
Nothing
Nick
to
Foles
twist-
beat him in that Thursday night game that made him stick the 4 fingers up. So maybe he has a grudge there.
You want to know what this is? This is I feel like I just had deja vu.
Barstool brain.
This was when we talked about the Ayuk thing about them considering the Patriots or not, and Clemmer was like he didn't go, so he didn't consider them. I think
Yes,
that's kind of what
yes,
like where
yes,
well, like he
yes.
absolutely he definitely
Yes,
considered the
considered.
Bears, and he considered them more than he considered. It sounds like the other like 28, 29 teams, 30
Yes.
teams, but he just obviously he chose the Bucks, and it sounds like they offered more money. So
Also,
and also at that time,
Better
I
team.
think the Bucks were a better situation.
Oh, yeah,
so I think
easily.
they were. So it all worked out. But
Do you guys think that our Atlanta Falcons are legit?
yeah, they are.
yeah, no, I think they can make the playoffs.
I think it's
going to be tough for the division because the Bucks look really good.
I think Kirk is getting more comfortable. I think
sure.
he's getting more confident in his Achilles. Like I think he's getting more confident with the
They call him
team.
the Achilles.
What?
No Achilles, the Achilles.
Yeah, it's the Achilles. But let's go through the games. We'll talk about it a little more tomorrow. The Jets game was truly one of the worst football games I've ever watched in my entire life.
That's got to be a game. As if I'm a Jets fan, I'm livid.
Livid.
Like how you lose that game to dog shit Bo Nix.
Bo Nix is 2-2.
This I know he is, and he actually played a decent game the week before, but he was awful.
He had -7 yards
At half.
passing at half.
Gross.
-7. He ended up with 60 yards throwing the ball. But that's just the fucking Jets offense was abysmal, and it wasn't really Aaron Rodgers. Like
He did.
But he
didn't play
doesn't-
great, but he didn't
he
play
looks-
like awful either.
he looks slow.
Yeah,
Not
and I would
running.
say
I'm not saying running wise, just like decision making. Like
he's older. The conditions. It was shitty out.
conditions were bad.
It was windy. It was cold. It was raining a little bit. I get I get why it was like a lower scoring game, but for you to have a performance like the Jets defense did against a team like the Broncos, to lose that game at home is just like just unacceptable. And I've heard a lot of people say this, and I'm glad people are saying it because I think we on the show we've been saying it for the last few years, and that we talk about how Rodgers' injury kind of saved his job. Saleh fucking sucks.
The worst
Robert Saleh
coach,
is such a dog shit football coach.
worst coach in the NFL.
Awful. Just
I
a
think
bad
he
coach.
is horrible. You know what he
He's
is?
holding this team back.
He's a mid-defensive coordinator at best.
I think he's a good defensive. I think some people are just meant to be coordinators over head coaches. Like Brian Flores, for example. Like he's an elite defensive coordinator. He actually wasn't even an awful head coach. I just don't think he was a very good one. I think he was just kind of like average. Saleh, I think, might be the same. Like he might just be like a good defensive coordinator and just a really bad head coach. I just think he's not meant to be making all these big decisions. I think even just like you see how sloppy they are. Like they just seem to be very like out of sync. And I
You know
think
who looked awful? Brees Hall looked horrible. Like and he's fine, obviously. But I'm just
their
saying.
offense as a whole just looked not good.
But he looked really bad. I want to look at his stats real quick because he was getting like not really touched right away. He had 10 carries for 4 yards.
Oh god,
That's
bad offensive line play too.
That's bad, bro.
That's bad offensive line play.
But Braylon Allen had like 8 for 34. Like he was kind of going a little bit more. I think Braylon Allen's good. And the one good thing they had was Mike Williams looked like he was kind of getting back to like making Mike Williams types of catches. But besides that, my God, man, that team. You're telling me that's a Super Bowl team?
Not like that.
No, and their defensive line is atrocious.
The Jets are saying.
Yes, it's atrocious.
Huff has not been. Or excuse me, Huff's on the Eagles. The what's his name? Jermaine Johnson gets hurt.
If I'm them,
Obviously, Reddick's not there.
you calling Reddick right now, but fuck it, just take the money, take it. The Jets have a 2-year window, maybe 1 year. They have a window right now. They're all in, and it's
With
just.
Saleh, I don't even know if they do.
I know, but that's what I'm saying.
There's still part of me like I'd like to think they do, but ugh.
It's just like
It's a shame.
it's also Jets fans can't realize like when you just have a shitty organization, it doesn't work.
I love that happened a week after they were having a fucking parade. Like, oh, Patriots fans, now you don't know how to handle having a bad team. That was a shame.
Yeah, you're one
That
game
was a
back.
shame.
Well, I think what happened was I think they got a little excited about beating the Titans and the Pats. And Dukes, I think you'll agree with this at this point. That I think they got excited because Pats fans got excited about Week 1, and then they've realized no, the Pats are as bad as we thought they were. They're awful, and you just because you beat up the Pats doesn't mean you're good. Like the Pats are bad, the Titans are bad. Like you beat two of the like bottom 5 teams in the NFL.
I do agree. I straight up do agree, but the Patriots kind of have the record that I thought that they'd have at this point.
No, but
Yeah.
And they lost an overtime game to the
I was more
Seahawks.
pointing at
Yeah.
like Week 1 they beat Bengals playoffs.
Right. I do.
Trust me, I'm the Giants. I mean, we beat the Cowboys. I would have been. I would be like start getting excited.
we beat
but
the
the
Bengals
Giants
and the lost
realistically are the Giants realistically are bottom 5, 10, 8 team in the league.
I don't
Like,
think the Patriots are. I think they're a bottom 5 to 10 team.
Yes.
100%. I just think like it very easily could be 2-2 with 2 blowout losses.
No, it's fair. I'm just saying from the Jets' point of view. Like I'm agreeing with
Giants.
you.
But the thing
The
is, though, like
the Jets got all excited about beating
Giants are the
two
same
bad
way.
teams.
Right. That was by far their best.
Giants got blown out. They won a game and then lost 2
Yeah.
very close games.
Yeah.
But the Jets, right? We looked at their schedule and we're like, oh shit! Like their first like 5 games, they can be 4-1, 5-0.
Yep. Here they are too.
And we said yeah, 49ers are probably gonna lose, right? Like that's fine. Then they Titans, Patriots, Broncos. And then your 2-2 is fucking embarrassing for them. It's embarrassing for going all in, being 2-2 against those teams. Embarrassing. Next game, Vikings. Closer score. The Vikings were fucking winning 28-7 at half.
but they
They were winning
a real
20.
chance.
They were winning 28-7 in the fourth quarter.
But then also it was
Yeah,
it was
close.
28-22 and Green Bay had the ball.
Yeah,
Like they had the ball with a legitimately a chance to take the lead, I believe.
but yeah,
No,
Pat.
the Vikings. I'm like in on the Vikings. I think they're legit because it's not just everyone's talking about Darnold and this resurrection, and he deserves a ton of credit. He has played awesome. His offensive line is really good. Obviously, Justin Jefferson's incredible. Addison played really well. Had a couple of touchdowns yesterday, but this defense, the Vikings defense, is good.
Very good.
Legitimately good. They made some very good low-key signings like Frank's boy from the Dolphins, like Van Ginkel.
Yep.
Like some guys like that. They made like some like low-key, like really good moves that have had been big impacts. I'm like all like look at what the Vikings have done the last 3 weeks. Beat the Niners, the Texans,
Beat the shit out of the Texans.
and the Packers.
Yeah.
Like those are 3 like the best teams in the NFL.
Yes.
You just rattled them off back to
You know
back to
who's
back.
been really good
That's
too?
no fluke.
Aaron
That's, like,
Jones has been real good.
really
too.
good. I'm telling you, their offensive line is fucking good.
Yeah.
That is no fluke. This is a legitimate, serious football team. I really think they should be like one of the favorites to come out of the NFC.
And you can't, and that's why I did the fraud thing, because a lot of people will still be like, oh, the Vikings.
I mean,
you
I've
can't-
seen
you
enough.
can't
I'm
call them a fraud when you just rattled off those 3 teams.
Like if they beat the Niners and then went and got beat by the Texans and then beat by this team, I'd be like, you know what, fine.
Doesn't matter. Yeah.
You beat these 3 teams in a row. You don't fluke 3 times in a row, and they all were like decisive wins.
Yeah.
like all of them, they had the lead from pillar to post. Like they never were losing.
And at Lambeau too, tough.
That's what I'm saying. Like they went on the road for I guess only 2 of them, but that was even the thing I thought people were going to start to say was that because the Texans and Niners game were both at home, they go to Green Bay and win. Like they're just and with Jordan Love,
Yeah.
like they beat him at full strength.
Jordan Love definitely was a little rusty.
He was off. He made some bad throws.
Yeah,
he also
they
made some really good ones
ones.
too at the end. Yeah,
Our Falcons.
what a win.
What a win. 20. Young Hoku, my guy. I love Young Hoku.
Hey, guys, listen. He's money when it counts.
He's very good.
He makes big kicks.
I had a question about this game. My question
They
was,
were up like the whole game, and then they're down at the end. They come right back, snatch it away.
I didn't watch the entire. I was watching a little. Like I was red zone back and forth. Bijan wasn't hurt, right?
I don't think they just didn't really.
Algier got more carries than Bijan.
I think he might have got like nicked up at one point, but then I don't. It was weird. I thought the same
Algier might have just had was like sometimes they
yeah,
momentum,
like kind
but
of rode the.
he only
hot-
had one more carry. But still, like Bijan, it's just you draft a guy like that, you're like give him the ball all the time, whatever. But listen, the Falcons. I think the Saints finally are just like The Saints are kind
They're
of
decent. Like they're just a decent.
they're not the they beat the Panthers 47-10. Then they beat the shit out of the Cowboys, and then kind of threw up a huge dud against the Eagles, and then now lost to the Falcons. They kind of came back to.
They're like
life.
they're an average. That's how I see them.
And they're gonna lose next week.
They're an average team that to me is like not a playoff team.
Agree. We went through the Eagles Bucks already. Bengals Panthers. I think I'm confirmed Bryce Young stinks.
Yeah, he's awful.
The fact that the Panthers look like a football team.
They look like a totally different team.
They look like a football team. Andy Dalton slinging it. The Bengals didn't do it. Like their Bengals defense is not good.
Well, no, that's the problem, and that's where I wanted. People are like shitting on Joe Burrow. He was bad against the Patriots. He's had 3 like what I think are like pretty good games, and against the Commanders, they score 33, they lose.
Yeah,
you're like he has to go score 30 points if they want to have even a chance to win. Like even Andy Dalton, like you said, the team looks so much better. They're moving the ball. Deontay Johnson scoring touchdowns. Like
yeah,
that wasn't happening at Pittsburgh, but I mean. Leggett scored his first touchdown. I'm a big Leggett guy. I think he's going to be really good.
I think the Bengals are not going to make the playoffs.
This defense, the only way this team can win. He has to lure every team into a shootout.
Yeah,
and just outscore them because their offense is still incredible. I'm still on that. I'm not jumping off the Burrow bandwagon. I think he's still one of the elite guys, still a top 3-4 quarterback in the league easily.
Listen, game 1 was whatever, right? Take that off. Okay, he scored 28, 33, and 34, and he's
That's
one
what I'm saying,
1 and 2 in those games.
He's trying, he's putting up points. Like the defense can't stop.
And guess what he's got next week? Ravens.
Oh, man.
So they can potentially be 1 and 4. That next week you'll be able to see because the Ravens fucking looked good. We'll get to that game. They looked very good last night. You'll see how the Bengals really are next week. Next game, Jaguars-Texans. I almost lost my fucking shit. I was on the Jaguars plus 5.5. Holy shit. I want to lose my mind. When Trevor Lawrence threw that ball back on the 1.
That was one after when they tackled him and lost the momentum and I needed a cigarette. I don't even smoke.
Because that was also a game. The Jaguars should have won the game.
Yeah,
Jaguars they should fire him now. They should change it all up. The Texans again. I'm gonna be honest. They're winning. Good. They're doing what they have to do. They're 3-1. They're just not doing it for me. I know it's my thing, but tell the truth. Like I think Stroud's fine. He's playing fine.
Stroud played great yesterday.
Yeah, Stroud's playing fine. It's nothing. It's just
also Nico Collins is. I said before the year, look at him to lead the league.
He's unbelievable.
League in receiving yards. I don't know if he's in first, but he's right there.
Also, Diggs has been good for them.
Diggs has been really good. Diggs has played great.
And listen, this is not as of right now, I am wrong about the Texans, but they're kind of almost like the Chiefs right now, where they're not even playing their best, but still winning, which should be actually dangerous.
It's they're doing it I get what you're saying. They're doing it differently than Chiefs, though, where it's more like their offense has been good. It wasn't good against the Bears game, but Bears good defense. But yeah, I mean, he threw for 345 yards yesterday, no turnovers. But yeah, yes, it's one of those chalk it up a division game. You're getting a Jags team who was literally on their last stand. They're 0-3. They just got embarrassed on Monday Night Football the week before. So I get I bet I was on the Jags. I knew the Jags if you're ever gonna get an effort out of the Jags, it's gonna be this week.
Yes, that was
it. The fact that they won the game, I'm fine with it. I don't think that's
No, of course not. You take a win no matter fucking what. Steelers, Colts. Fucking this is happening again. But Joe Flacco. I mean,
yeah, man.
It is coming off.
We keep. I think Clemmer's called 4 different guys the best backup in the league. Joe Flacco is the best backup.
Joe Flacco's the best backup in the league.
He is the
He's
best.
the guy that the Colts. That's a great Colts job right there, because Anthony Richardson obviously has now played what 5 games in his career. Is 7 games now, maybe.
Like
so that's where it's I just don't think. I don't know. Anthony Richardson's fucking confusing, bro. He's confusing. I can't fucking take it. He gets hurt a lot. His hip seems like it's gonna be fucked. And I'm gonna be honest. I think Joe Flacco gives his team a better chance to win.
I just think with the way Richardson's fun to watch, but a big quarterback like that, he's a physical runner. That's just not gonna work in the NFL long term. He just can't stay healthy long enough. And The one thing their offense played well. Like the fact that they were able to score that much on the Steelers' defense was huge. It's gonna be crazy. Like Fields threw for 300 yards yesterday.
Yeah.
Like they just, I mean, like with this defense, if they're gonna let up 27, like it's gonna be hard for them to win.
And the strip sack himself was a bad look, but he had a good game.
It was bad. No, he played really well. That was a bad play. But
Strip sacking yourself is never good. But of course, Michael Pittman Jr. When I sit him and everything, he starts going off. But like, I don't know, the Colts 2-2. That division's brutal. Brutal to be in.
It's the Texans to lose.
Yeah.
To me, it's that simple. The Titans are awful. Jags are awful.
Oh, I'm sorry. I meant the Steelers division.
Oh, Steelers.
That division's like, I mean, brutal and like it's death row in every with the Ravens, the Bengals.
Because even I don't care if the Bengals are 1-4 after next week.
Still a tough game.
You never want to see the Bengals.
Yes.
You're not like happy to see the Bengals.
Rams, Bears.
Ugly game.
Oh God.
The Bears are gonna just keep. This is how the Bears are gonna have to win with this team. The Bears' defense is fucking good.
Their offense ain't good.
No, it's not. Their defense is very good. That big Swift game, though.
Yes, they were starting to shit on Swift a lot. He had 93 yards and a touchdown. And 7 receptions, 70 yards.
The big touchdown run was explosive. Like he turned on the Jets. That was like I feel like I had missed that Swift this season. It was good.
I've missed that Swift the receptions too. 7 receptions for 70 yards. Like Caleb just doesn't have it yet. It's still early. He's 2-2. I think the 2 wins are literally the defense. He had 1 touchdown yesterday. His numbers were fine, but Caleb Williams. You're not drafting him for 157 yards, and but he did fine yesterday. No interceptions, right? Did he fumble?
I can't remember.
I don't think he fumbled, but I don't remember if he fumbled or not. But like he kind of. You got to give them some time still. I understand. They're 2-2, so the season's still alive. But, like, also the Rams, again, have nobody right now. And, again, the Bears can get on the Bears have a very favorable schedule coming up. Panthers, Jaguars, Commanders, Cardinals, Patriots.
Wow.
That is and like the Commanders they're playing really well, but that's still not like a scared.
It's not like a game they can't win.
But those 5 are like the bottom of the bottom usual, and after that it's tough though.
Commanders are like legit. I'm ready to say they might be good. The Cardinals, I know they obviously got smoked by the Commanders yesterday. Cardinals will always be frisky.
Yeah,
they're always a team that could come out and go put up like 30 on a given day and give you a game.
Yeah, yesterday was bad though. Like they
were bad. It was
Cardinals
crazy.
1-3 now.
They got the ball and drove right down the field and scored. And I was like, oh, they're cooking.
Yeah,
and they scored 1 more touchdown the rest of the game.
Patriots Niners was really nothing.
The Niners just smoked. I'm pretty
going
much
on there. They kind of needed that. Debo was back. Kittle was back.
The Kittle touchdown catch. He literally went like full like Moss over like 2-3.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Insane.
The question is Christian McCaffrey a system running back?
Yeah, Mason's going off.
I mean, Mason's playing really fucking good.
Mason's good back. No, I mean...
Mason's making himself get money in a different contract.
They have a good offensive line, and they run a good... Like, that zone scheme is just like a good scheme.
And their best receiver seems to be Jawan Jennings.
Dude, he's incredible. I mean, from the Super Bowl last year...
3 receptions, 90 yards.
What a breakout.
Yeah, that game was fine. Yeah, I think you just gotta completely get Deshaun Watson out of here.
Oh God!
Oh my God! 20-16 loss. They're 1-3. They have a guy coming back to practice this week that will help the offense a ton, but I don't think you can win anything with Deshaun Watson.
But Marty, also, I think the thing that people need to like say as well with this game, the Browns scored a defensive touchdown.
Yep.
Like their offense did nothing.
Dude.
Nothing.
Jerome.
Also, I'll say just for the bettors out there, one of the greatest unders of my life. They scored that defensive touchdown. I had 37. They missed the extra point to keep it at 36. It was like I think it was like the first play of the fourth quarter. They don't score again. Under 37. Thank you.
Let me tell you something though. Like you have Jerry Jeudy. And you have Amari Cooper.
And they hit a huge play to Cooper.
I know.
Wait, did that one?
No, it came back. It came back.
That's right.
Yeah, it came back.
Oh, no, that was the over.
Yeah.
I was going to make it go over, and then it came back.
Like, I'm not saying Jerry Jeudy and Amari Cooper are the top 2 guys in the league, but, like,
Competent.
Those are not bad
solid.
And
Like, really solid one.
Njoku's been out for the past 3 weeks.
Just a little tidbit. After the game, Elijah Moore's dad went to Twitter, pointed out how his son was always wide open. So
I love that.
I
so
might
much.
take Elijah Moore overs on a Sunday
Also-
because
I
that
love
usually
that.
works out.
But also to mention about the Raiders too. No Devontae Adams, no Max Crosby,
Yeah.
and they still win without their two best players.
And Gardner Minshew went 14 and 24 for 130 yards and won.
yeah, Meek hit his troll under.
Alexander
and they won.
They still won.
Alexander Madison had 5 carries for 60 yards. So their defense.
Samir White fumbled.
The problem is with the Browns, their defense is good, but they're on the fucking field nonstop.
Yeah.
They're on it so much, it's like hard to even do anything, you know? I'm completely out. I mean, Chubb is coming back. He's going to practice this week. I don't think it completely, but it does help. That obviously he's one of the best backs in the league, but he's also coming off a gruesome injury. So
But
I don't know
also,
how
like
he's gonna be
Jerome
back.
Ford played great. Like to me, like I agree with every. Like I'm a Chubb is phenomenal, but to me, like Ford is playing really well. I just don't know how much Chubb can come in and like immediately impact winning and losing.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how much he's going to be changing the outcome of like these games. He definitely doesn't hurt. That's for sure.
No.
But
Chiefs, Chargers. Again, I bet on the Chargers.
you had 7 or 7.5.
I had 7, so
7.5 that felt
I
good. That was
pushed.
big.
He frustrates me so much.
Herbert.
Yes.
Weird. It was a weird game. They're up 10-0. You're feeling good.
Yes.
It's another game where like Mahomes doesn't play well. They still win.
That's what they haven't played. Kareem Hunt though.
Dude, yeah, Carson Steele he fumbled again.
Carson Steele's
Gonzo.
bad.
He fumbled again. He didn't play Bears.
Just because this guy's got long hair and an alligator, is this why we think he's good?
No, a college football guy. He was very good in college. He was when at Ball State was elite. He transferred to UCLA last year. Was legitimately like good, not just like gimmick good, like good, like really good running back.
Yeah.
I mean, he was an undrafted guy. He won this job in camp. Like he won like
I know.
on the roster. And then he fumbled, I think it was last game, the game before, and then fumbles today early in the game, or yesterday early in the game. And Kareem Hunt basically in P-Ron played the rest of the game, and rightfully so.
When Smitty's in tomorrow, he can talk about it because he gave me a red flag about Carson Steele. He was like, Andy Reid with his running backs, he had a hint that he wasn't going to give Steele a full workload.
I think he fumbled. It was one of his first few carries of the game.
But yeah, that's the
And
thing.
he
He's fumbling.
I don't know if he
like,
saw the field again after it.
No,
I don't think he did.
He
I just
didn't.
remember Smitty gave me the tip, like, you didn't trust Carson Steele, and I just remembered that.
I mean, any rookie running back, because like when you already fumble, you're already like that's a one, maybe two. Like you're getting 2 strikes. That's it.
You're done. And it's weird though. We're talking about the Chiefs. It's like they're
4-0.
they're 4-0. Kelsey played well.
Yeah, he got going a little bit.
He played well. Rashee Rice is out.
Yeah, tore his ACL.
He's
they're
out for
saying.
the year.
That's big loss for them. But Worthy hits a big deep ball. They said that was Mahomes' first 50-yard passing touchdown, and it was like I think it was years.
Really?
It was something crazy. Like he ended up 50 or more yard passing touchdown, and I'm gonna butcher this. It was. I was about to say a crazy year. Like we might be talking like 3 years plus since he's thrown a touchdown pass of 50 yards or longer.
That's crazy.
Worthy's a stud. I give credit. I didn't think he was going to be great coming out. Once he got drafted by the Chiefs, I backed off it, and he has been incredible.
Listen, it's gonna be tough without Rashee Rice. Like that's his guy. That's their number one. He'll make fucking.
Juju's gonna have to step up.
He'll make Juju. He'll make Sky.
They need Hollywood Brown back
I
bad.
don't think he's coming back till like January.
I know that's what I'm saying. They need like something for that playoff run. They're gonna need somebody to step up.
I mean, his second most targeted receiver yesterday was Noah Gray.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. I mean, the Chiefs are just
It's an elite defense.
Defense is really good.
That defense will keep them in games enough for Mahomes to make the plays when it matters.
And let's finish off with the Bills Ravens. It was a domination by the Ravens. That was Ravens. The Ravens we thought were gonna start off the season. They're back to 2-2. They're completely fine. Derrick Henry looked like he was
That first carry, he was shot out of a fucking cannon.
When you see a guy that big running that fast, you're like, what the fuck is going on?
You're seeing a guy, DeMar Hamlin, literally half the size, that can't even is put on the burners and is like losing ground on him.
I think DeMar Hamlin's slow.
He is slow.
Holy shit.
He is slow. And the thing with Henry that I think people like saw him out of college and were like, oh, guy, he's 6'4", 245, 255, whatever he is. Like he's a bruiser. He can. But he is like one of the. I remember when he
shifty.
When he not just his straight line speed
Yeah.
is elite. Like I remember when that was why people started going nuts about him. Obviously his play at Bama was incredible, but at the combine, I think he ran like a 4.45 or like a 4.5 because people thought, oh, this big guy, like if he just runs like 4.6, like we're good. Yeah, DeMar Hamlin ran a 4.6. Yeah, I know Henry's just faster than that, but even regardless, his straight line speed for a dude that size is just insane.
And it was just that the
Henry's incredible.
The Ravens,
they got the run game. That's what they need to do. Play defense, run the ball. Lamar was great last night. He had the one fumble, but him and
the Ravens defense though was getting to Josh Allen quick.
big time.
Like he was
big time performance.
He was getting smoked. We are here joined by Frank the Tank. Frank, how's the mentals today?
Not good.
Frank, let's get the mic a little closer. Appreciate you. What's like the give me what is the?
You got to win one game. That's it.
Going into game one, the game. I think it's important to talk game one because it's the game both teams are clearly playing to win. They're playing all their best guys. Whatever happens after game one will determine a lot of decisions for the other team in game two.
What's the line of game one?
Braves are minus like 150-ish.
Holy shit. So Frank, tell me, break it down for us.
The Mets better win one game. Tyler McGill, if the Braves are up 3-0 in the second inning, Tyler McGill is going to have to wear it. He's going to have to pitch until his arm literally is hanging off by a thread. Then you just shut down, focus on game two. If the Braves get a big lead and you just don't even bother, you play game two. And if the Braves still start Chris Sale in game two, I hope that everything that can go wrong and sets the franchise back to where they're just a bunch of losers like 1980s. Where I honestly, if they start Chris Sale game two after winning,
it won't.
No,
that's insane.
I would.
Buster only says they will.
I don't think he did. I don't think Buster.
I actually ESPN just tweeted it.
If they win game one, that would just make zero sense for them.
No. The Braves just like doing that.
I would understand it, like for example, people pointed to a few years ago in the NFL that Chargers Chargers Raiders game, but it's just such a different scenario when if in theory what we're talking of the Braves won the first game, to pitch Chris Sale in a meaningless game as opposed to a guaranteed playoff game in a couple days.
Blooper was begging for it, I heard.
This is the Mets. This is the Mets in a nutshell of their season, where it's like it's the team that they fucking hate. They're not supposed to be playing today. A double header to try and get into the playoffs is so fucking funny, and that's just what the Mets. That's the Mets how they are, and in Mets fashion, they lose both these games.
They have.
He's already defeated.
They've never won a big game in Atlanta. I think in most must-win games in Atlanta, going back to 1995. The Mets are lifetime 0-37.
That's a bad winning percentage.
So
that's not good.
They lose.
Did you see Eric Hosmer's tweet? That's how you feeling. You and Meek.
Pulse check, fellas. How we feeling?
How you feeling?
Meek, go ahead. Give us your final thoughts.
Not the best person to get a how you feeling from, considering he has one of the worst memories for the Mets, but I do like Eric.
He likes Eric now because
they broke bread.
Met. Yes,
we made peace.
Switched up real quick.
Meek's met two guys he's hated this year and loves them both now. So
crazy.
Mets just got to win one. I don't care if it's game one, game two.
Well, at least like if the Mets don't, you have the Dolphins tonight.
They're already dead.
Devils.
Okay.
The Devils already have 8 injuries.
Oh no,
Jeez, this is bad.
It's a lot of injuries. It's not good.
Meek
I will say this. I told Frank this already. I bet the Dolphins today.
Yeah, I did too.
I think Huntley's a significant upgrade. Even I know you complain about the offensive line. There's all
I'm in
fair gripes. These are all fair gripes.
I'm an upgrade from Skylar Thompson.
Fair, Tank, fair. If you remember, Frank, you quarterbacked the team that I was on to victory. We
yes,
won.
You did get sacked.
That's fair.
With a bruised tailbone, by the way.
That's right.
did.
You took your lumps, you got back up, and you threw a touchdown pass next time we won the
Meek Phil said that he will cry if the Mets make the wild card today. What's your feelings going to be if they make the wild card?
Relief and satisfied.
All right, well,
All right.
listen, satisfied.
That's good.
That's good.
That's good.
The relief satisfied combo. I take that.
Now,
We'll take that.
there's one scenario you guys didn't drop. Frank, if you guys win the first game, what do you want the Mets to do game 2? You want to knock?
It's a good question.
Do you want to start your guy? You want your starting lineup so you could knock the Braves out?
In game 2, I want to see if the Mets win game 1, which I doubt will happen. I want to see I want to see Lindor in the locker room with a bottle of champagne. I want to see any pitcher that's important in the locker room with a bottle of champagne. Find whoever the worst pitcher is on the staff. Tell him, buddy, you got 9 today.
Go to Adam Ottavino. You're going 9 innings.
Yes.
I love that.
And now, Frank, let me ask you one more question. Just on the off chance of the Mets losing 2, the Dolphins losing, and the Devils losing the preseason game, how's today going
Devil's
to go?
preseason game doesn't matter to me. It's not even-
Respect.
Well, just, the fourth one, if they also...
The Devils aren't even playing in that preseason game.
All right, but that's all right. So what about the other 3?
The Devils are in Prague. That is basically the Adirondack Thunder playing a preseason game in Devils uniforms.
So what about the other 3?
The Dolphins are already dead, probably.
Plus 180 to make the playoffs. Do you like it?
After today, it's going to be plus 600.
I'm telling you, Tank. Whatever happens with the Mets, that'll be obviously that's your team. But I'm saying that the Dolphins, I'm gonna positive you to this win. I bet the Dolphins my own money.
Tyler Huntley.
I'm in there with you. Huntley is better, and like I said, I know you have.
The only problem is Tyler Huntley will be in the blue medical tent by the end of the second quarter.
God, I hope not. That'd be.
And the offensive line just gonna Chris Greer's gonna go. I'm not worried about the offensive line.
the thing I like about he's just a better quarterback than Thompson for sure. But him having legs helps a little bit with the struggling offensive line.
Yeah, he'll be running for his life because 2 of the Dolphins' offensive line starters are out too. That doesn't even help matters. And Chris, have you seen the video of the Dolphin general manager?
I did see it, Frank. I thought you were trolling at first. I have seen the video. I did where he.
Yeah, you're worried about the offensive line.
Yeah.
I will tell you this
one
though.
Where Frank makes these things up a lot. He's telling the truth on that.
I'll tell you this.
That happened.
I will tell you that it truly does depend on what happens in the Mets game of what my bet will be up for the Dolphins.
I'm locked in. Me and Frank are in arm step.
I am not.
Lockstep
If the
on
Mets
the
lose,
Dolphins.
if the Mets
Dolphins
lose
money
both,
line.
I will be taking the Titans. If the Mets win, I will probably take the Dolphins.
Also, I want to say this. Generally talking some gambling, I'm taking all like Tyreek Hill's props. They just listen. The number has dipped so low. He's such a good player. You've had an extra day to prepare. You've got to just find ways to get this guy the ball. You have to. He's the best player in your team. His over receiving yards is 51.5.
That's crazy.
Listen, if it doesn't hit, it doesn't hit. Whatever. But this
You'll never get that
The
again.
number is just too low. Huntley's a better quarterback. They have to find ways to get him the football in this game if they want any chance to win. I was like an 8-chance touchdown too. I got a good number on that. It's went down. I got like 135. But Hill receiving yards, I really like. I just think they have to get this guy the ball somehow. They have to.
He'll have 1 catch. It will be on a
That was for 52 yards.
It will be on a slant reverse. On 3rd and 1 from the 9-yard line, in which case it will be a slant reverse back to the 16-yard line.
Oh no!
And then it will be a triple reverse back to Tyreek Hill, and it will end up losing 62 yards.
You hit it opposite.
Mike McDaniel is a genius. I'll tell you that every 5 seconds.
What time's the Mets game? 1:10?
110.
In like 10 minutes, yeah.
You got 10 minutes, Frank. I good luck. I hope you. I don't know what I hope, honestly. I'd like to see you stream some playoff games. Who would you get? The Brewers?
A split will be the Brewers, yes.
Split was the Brewers.
What if they won both?
Padres.
Padres, okay.
Which actually,
You want to win one.
Which actually, if you go back, a cross-country flight after this emotion, they'd be shot.
I am. I'm going to tell you this right now. The
not that
Padres are my pick to get to the World
Not
Series.
that the Brewers are easy go, because Mets obviously almost got double swept by the Brewers. The only win he had against the Brewers was yesterday, but
Yeah.
it's a tough task anyway. The odds against the Mets anyway, but just win one game and then go to Milwaukee.
Just win one, Just
Win
win
the first
one.
one. Then you can have a pleasant afternoon before the Dolphins game.
Oh, just one positive Mets stat. The last time they had a doubleheader to end the season, 1983 versus the Montreal Expos. They won both those games.
Okay.
All right.
Actually, that is incorrect.
Oh no! Oh no!
Really?
Oh no!
Dumped on.
Did Mike Puma lie to me?
I think the Mets might have had a doubleheader to end the '86 season, if I'm not mistaken, or it might have been the last day of the
this is a
season.
Mets off right now.
Well, Mike Puma's wrong then.
Check it out. I think they might have had a doubleheader on the last day of the '86 season.
Check pull up 1986 Mets schedule.
I remember them playing a doubleheader that last weekend. I think it was the last day of the season.
This would be really embarrassing.
This would be tough.
It would be.
It was not the last day. It was the second to last day.
Okay, so I was close.
Yep.
But
Frank still wins.
more importantly, 1973. The Mets had a doubleheader in Chicago. One game one. They didn't even bother playing game two.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So, Tank, let me ask you this actually. So, if the Mets won game one, in your perfect world, would you just say, give the Braves the win, just don't even play the game, forfeit? Because it doesn't matter? Or in your mind, would you rather just trot out the whatever lineup and just hope maybe they beat them and knock them out, and if they don't, then who cares?
I don't care either way.
Just get in.
I would need to knock them out.
No,
Just get in.
just get in.
Let the Padres deal with them then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
All right. They will be Frank and the Mets guys, and some of us will be hanging around. We'll be streaming the game. If they lose, he'll stream the second game and go right into the Dolphins. Check that out. Thank you, Frank, for coming on. Good luck tonight and today. We'll tweet out our picks.
I would say
Oh, we can do picks quick.
Dolphins money line, minus 135. Achane touchdown plus 135. I said Hill receiving yards over 51.5. And then I got Seahawks plus 4.5 and JSN over 47.5 receiving yards. Those are my plays tonight.
I'm going to probably be on Titans. I think I'm opposite you today. Titans plus 2.5 and then Lions minus 4. That is the show, and we'll be back tomorrow. See you guys.